Look forward to it. Thank you, Matt. And just when you thought it couldn't get more confusing, a new problem to tell you about with the health care law. A new survey of New York doctors shows that nearly half are not willing to take part in the changes under the Affordable Care Act. Out of nearly 400 surveyed, 44% said they won't take part in the exchange program. To find out why, we turn to Pat Bailey, who's live in the Albany newsroom now with the breakdown. And Pat, what are the doctors' concerns here?
Well, Liz, simply I'm told it's twofold. One, that they are concerned about how they're going to be paid. And two, there's a question as to whether or not the new law may force them to change the way they care or diagnose a patient. Mass confusion, they say, has led to these concerns.
I certainly think that there's a lot of confusion out there.
In a survey of their physicians, the Medical Society of New York found very few are accepting the health exchange plans offered under the Affordable Health Care Act. Just 21% said they are accepting at least one and up to 5 plans. 44% said they're not participating at all, while 33% said they're not sure.
I think the issue is that there's just a lot. There's a lot of unknowns at this point.
Morris Auster says the Medical Society put out the survey to hear directly from physicians about their Obamacare concerns. He says the high number choosing not to accept exchanges are for 2 reasons. The first, a concern over if and how fast doctors will get paid. The other, and maybe larger concern, Auster says, is how fast new insurance companies allow a physician to treat a patient.
Sometimes that authorization can take a lot of time to actually get that done. So certainly a certain company that might be in a situation where they're making that harder and harder, that will certainly make a physician less want to participate with that particular company.
Dr. Mark Oldendorf did not participate in the Medical Society survey. However, he did say the numbers show just how confusing the law is, not only for him, but his colleagues.
It's very unclear. I've been trying for months to figure out which way we're going. So every day is a little different twist on it.
So at the end of the day, the big question is, what does this mean for patients if doctors do not choose to accept the exchanges and they have the exchanges? Well, the Medical Society tells me not all doctors will do that. So some people will, in fact, possibly have to find a new physician. However, he says that will be on a doctor-by-doctor basis. Each will be allowed to make their own decision. Coming up tonight at 6 o'clock, hear more from Dr. Oldendorf as to why he says he believes that he will be using the new health insurance exchanges, but also why he can understand about the major questions that the other doctors have, especially when it comes to payment for them. Liz?
So obviously these survey results are interesting, Pat, but are they going to make any kind of a difference? What happens now?
Well, the folks at the Medical Society of New York tell me, above all, the survey was meant to outline the concerns from the physicians. He says those who are dealing with the changes every day, the physicians, of course. And he says those concerns will then go to the state with hopes that the 2 parties can then work together to possibly iron out these details, because as they tell me, for better or worse, it is law.
All right, very interesting. Pat Bailey, thanks very much. We want to encourage everyone